Hello everyone, I'm Jyotsna and welcome back to my channel. In this tutorial, I will guide you through the process of making a color wheel using a set of primary natural handmade watercolors. Stick around because I will also show you how you can create beautiful sketches using a minimalist natural palette. So let's dive into the creative process together. Okay, so here I have my three primary natural watercolors. I have the blue ochre, also known as Vivianite, red ochre, and a yellow ochre. In case you don't have a blue ochre, you can replace it with the genuine indigo or lapis lazuli, which is ultramarine blue, which can be expensive, but you could also use, instead of the genuine ultramarine blue, that is the natural ultramarine blue, with a synthetic one. So before I use my colors, I always spray them with clear water because then it becomes easier to get the pigment on the paintbrush. And I think I will also give it a bit of a spray on my palette to make it really clean so that it will be easier to mix the colors at the time of creating a color wheel. Now you may be familiar with this process of making a color wheel using the regular watercolor paints. In case of the natural watercolors, it becomes a little bit difficult because the colors are a little different as compared to the synthetic watercolor paints, and I had received quite a lot of inquiries on this particular subject, so I decided to make a tutorial of creating color wheel using natural watercolor paints and how you can obtain a variety of hues by just mixing your paints. So I am beginning with the red, which is the first primary, then the yellow ochre as the second primary, and then the blue ochre. Now they are called as the primary colors because you cannot obtain from anywhere else. You have to have them to obtain a range of other colors by mixing the pair of the primaries. So when you mix the pair of primaries, you get what you called as the secondary colors. So I'm going to mix the red and the yellow first, and you get a mix which is about reddish oranges in color. And these secondary colors, they come in between the primary colors on a color wheel. So I'm only going to be making just about a small color wheel here, but you can explore and expand later on, to make intermediate color as well. So the blue and the red gives you sort of a purpley color, which is not really the purple you would get when you mix the synthetic blue and red. And of course the yellow and the blue gives you a beautiful greenish hue. So this is a set of 6 colors on the color wheel. We are now going to, I'm just going to write it down so that you can see that these are the 3 primaries and then these are the 3 secondary colors which come in between the primaries on a color wheel. It doesn't really look like a wheel, I've just gone really random, but you can even make a circle and then make it more properly. This is a very casual tutorial just to give you an idea as to what sort of hues you can obtain when it comes to using the natural primary colors. There are many artists who want to make a shift from using synthetic colors to becoming to use a more sustainable approach in creating art. And I've thought this is a beautiful way to represent this, the beauty of the natural colors in this tutorial. So when you mix the opposite secondary colors with the primary, you will get something which is called a tertiary color. And these colors are more muted, as you can see. Here is, I think I just mixed the blue with the orange. You get a bit of a grayish brown color, and so on. You could just explore mixing then the purple with the orange, and then again you get a bit of a muddy brown color. So these colors are more on the neutral tones, and by exploring the color wheel, you can obtain a wide range of hues with which we can create art. So I will now demonstrate as to how you can apply this into your art. But before we do that, there's also something that I would like to demonstrate, and that is how to mix the colors. So there are 4 different ways that you can mix your color. First is in the palette. So I'm going to use 2 colors, 2 primaries here, that is the blue and the red. I'm quite used to mixing my colors not just in the palette but also on the paper when I'm sketching on the go. So first, for demonstration purposes, here is the first one where we are going to mix the colors in the palette and put it down on the paper. So I mix the blue and the red, and this gives you, it should have been purple, but it does give you a very sort of a purplish tone, and you can adjust the ratio of the colors here to achieve the kind of hue that you are wanting to obtain. The second is when you put down the color on the piece of paper, you allow it to dry, and then you take the second color and put that layer on top of the first layer. So this way the under color shows off, and then you can see if suppose I think if I had used blue and a yellow, you could have seen the green. But anyway, this third method is called a wet glazing, where you put down the first color, and whilst the color is still wet, you just put the second color on the top and allow it to run over the first one. Well, this didn't really go as I had expected, but you can really see what I am trying to achieve here. And the fourth way is to do a wet and wet, where you just put down some clear water on the paper and drop in the colors that you want to use in your artwork. So here, once again, I'm doing this with the blue and the red, and then you allow the colors to mix together whilst the paper is still wet. So this is a way to just kind of explore the colors in your palette and what sort of results you can achieve by using these 4 different methods. This is a great exercise for any beginner or even advanced artist to kind of explore the colors in your palette. So here are some of the sketches I did using just 3 different colors, and I got this inspiration from 2 of my favorite children's book authors, that they are Janusz and Kobi Yamada. And then I also sometimes do some kind of sketches from my previous travels. I just think about it, some random sketches of flowers here using just the palette. And so I'm going to now show you how you can make beautiful sketches by using just 3 colors in your palette, and that too natural colors. So just stick around and see the process. I hope you have found this video informative and that it serves as an inspiration to not let the limitations of using natural pigments discourage you. I get several inquiries through my blog where many artists want to make a shift from using industrial, synthetic, man-made pigment paints to more sustainable paints. And so I decided to create this very informal video to demonstrate that anything is achievable if you put your mind to it. If you're keen to explore more on the subject of natural pigments, then I invite you to visit my blog for additional insights. I've put the link in the description box. And additionally, feel free to check out my online resources. Your curiosity is always welcome. And thanks again for watching, and I look forward to connecting with you on the blog or here on my YouTube channel. So until then, take care and have a wonderful creative week ahead of you.